was out last night to forget about you. I was out last night, but I started to miss you. I've been feeling like a fool, and I started to miss you. What am I supposed to do to get back with you? Oh, I've been feeling like a fool, and I started to miss you. What am I supposed to do to get back with you? I miss you. I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. Clear
into this feeling, messianic feeling that you described before.
I feel that it's, if that's what I described, I feel that it's very valid.
People kill, people die, and children hurt, and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach? Or would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, and some guidance from above. 'Cause people got me questioning, where is the love? The love, the love, where is the love? The love, the love, the love, the love, where is the love? The love, the love. People kill, people die, and children hurt, and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach? Would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, and some guidance from above. 'Cause people got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mama. I think the whole world addicted to the drama, only attracted to things that will bring you trauma. The love, the love, where is the love? The love, the love, the love, the love, where is the love? The love, the People kill, people die, and children hurt, and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach? Would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, and some guidance from above.
Tu vas devoir parler dans mon micro.
Non, c'est bon. Mais je crois que c'est non, non. Ça joue si t'es vraiment proche comme ça, c'est bon.
Ça n'empêche pas que je puisse regarder à côté.
Please take a seat. Girls Carrots, Geneva Web, and Webmardi. Before we start, I'd just like to remind you that the restrooms are at the back of the room, upstairs on your right. If you don't want to be photographed, just ask for a green lanyard, and we're gonna take some pictures, and for those people, we're gonna blur them on the pictures. We're gonna just present ourselves, the organizer. So I'm Geoffroy, I'm the Webmardi organizer. I organize the Webmardi with Kevin, that is taking care of the streaming tonight. And there is Yanis, Monica. Yeah. Sorry, ladies first.
Okay, so hi, I'm Monica from Big Girls Carrots, and also from our team there is Flora, Cora, and Fatima is there. And this is our 13th meetup. We organize them here at SDG Solution Space all the time. And our aim is to attract more women to tech, so we are Big Girls Carrots, but we don't discriminate, so we are open to everybody. It's not just for women. But we also believe that collaboration makes us stronger, so that's why we are together with other groups.
Yeah, and so I'm Yanis, main organizer of the Geneva Web Meetup. So usually we're meeting here, but at lunch, so it's a very different setup for us tonight. It's a big pleasure to collaborate with Webmardi and Big Girls Carrot for that. Usually, of course, we organize meetups around everything web, mostly around development, design, whatsoever. So if you're interested, please join us for lunch. Usually we share pizza. We'll have pizza as well tonight. So yeah, pizza and hearing stuff about the web, it's a perfect combo for us. So yeah, join us.
But because we are Big Girls Carrots as well, there are some carrots and healthy snacks. So enjoy before pizza.
Sorry.
So for tonight, we're going to start with the first time from Jacques. It's going to be about Sylius. We're going to have a break about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we will continue with the talk from Catherine. After that, we're going to have the quiz. You will be able to win prizes, so be careful, listen. And then the open mic. During the open mic, you can come to the stage and share anything you want. So if you're looking for someone or you're looking for a job, you can speak there. Also, if you're organizing any meetups or anything, just come and share something with us. We will announce the next meetup, so for the Geneva Web and Webmardi, and then the apéro. So, I want to thank our sponsor for tonight. That's because of them that we can organize such events. So thank you to them. And let's start.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, recording stuff.
Trying to stream like 2 computers today, so it would be kind of complicated.
Yeah, and the software doesn't work anymore.
Shut it down.
I did. I mean, it did itself. That's a big problem. Where is it? Okay, good. No, it's fine.
So
It's good.
You still have time to
It's
grab
good.
a snack.
So people can see my face. Yep, it's okay. Perfect.
Good evening. Very happy to be here tonight. We are 3 meetup groups with 2 talks. I think it will be nice. 8 months ago, so it's not that long, but Kevin asked me on Twitter if I was able to give a talk. Actually, it was not exactly like that, but I said yes, and I gave 4 subjects. So I'm going to do a kind of mix of all of them, because I assume we are not all developers, and so I had to adapt a bit my talk, so I changed everything. A year ago, everything changed. We decided to change direction in the company because Magento 1, because we are e-commerce developers, Magento 1 is end of life. If you don't know about it, it will be next year, June 2020. And Magento 2 is not our favorite. So the team changed as well. Personally, everybody changed, and as well in their work. The subject of this talk should be Sylius, a few chocolate chips later, but it was the talk subject a year ago. I mean, not exactly, but and I'm gonna change that to Sylius, a good choice, because in a year, like I will explain you tonight, a lot of things changed. I'm Jacques. I'm the founder and facilitator at Monsieur Biz, a small web agency based in Paris. We do especially e-commerce. And I'm going to talk about Sylius. Sylius, because it started from there. Sylius is 9 years old, something like that. And at the end of 2017, in September exactly, the first version was released. In 2016, I was already looking about it, and it was very interesting. We saw some talks, and I will also talk about the company, because not exactly the company itself. It's not advertising. It's just everything happened there. So what do? We are actually firefighters of Magento e-commerce websites. People come to us when they are literally in fire, when everybody is not working. We've been hacked, and it's very slow, it's horrible, and we have to do this development, and we cannot do it because it's too complex. So let's ask to these guys, so it's us. But we don't want to do Magento 2. And I'm going to tell you why. It's a bit bad for Magento, but because it's too much everything. They decided to put all technologies they can have in just one application. So it's like you take all the books about everything, and you ask a team, put the technology you want to put in that application, and they took everything. And the learning curve is like hell. So I'm not sure, it's not scientifically proved that it's this learning curve. But I think, do you know what they missed? They should have rebuilt everything on Symfony or any other framework. So Magento is in PHP. Who knows about it? 1, 2, 3. Okay, who developed with it? 1. Okay. And who knows Sylius? Who developed with it? Okay. Since this talk should not be only technical, I will give you some keys to the success of an e-commerce platform. These keys are good for any web shop. So even if you do it on Ruby, on Rails, on any other technology, you can do that. I mean, web is the web. So keep focusing on the business features. It's very important for you to, as a business, as an e-merchant, to do not develop things which are not useful for your revenue. So you have to grow. Do not forget the cookies bar, you know, we are robots now. We click on yes all the time, every time we open a page. But it's, so it's in our life, and we have to do that because of the law. In Switzerland, it's not the case, I think, because the GDPR doesn't really apply, because if you are selling outside of this country, you need to have the GDPR, and if you have data about European customers, you need GDPR. So, in fact, it's a real brick in your application. Do not forget the basics. I mean, this is not always the basics, as we can see on many web shops. Do not forget to fill your HTML with all the tags you need to perform all the advertising you want on Facebook, Google Ads, and things like that. It's very important. So improve your markup. Try to keep your SEO. If you are, I don't know, if you are switching from one application to another, if you are doing a migration, you have to continue to get your customers. So if you are like live for 20 years, like we did months ago, in a shop, you need 20 years of links in internet is a lot. So and you can't transform all of them just by doing a simple script. Many links are just there forever, and you have to redirect everything in your application. So there is a good application there, redirection.io, which is amazing. Use marketing tools. Do not build them. Like I said in the first advice is to keep building things for your business. So everything which is already outside of your business, use it. Do not rebuild the wheel. And be fast. Like, really, it's very important. And people, I mean, most of the time, developers, we forget that a computer is behind our website. So we have to take care of the CPU, the memory, everything. We cannot just double, triple the number of servers all the time. It doesn't work like that. And if we want to do some economy and save the planet, please take care of that. You can as well, at the end, because faster is better for SEO, just use a Varnish web server at the end. Okay, so it's just the cherry on the cake. But it's not working for everybody. All the systems are not built to be performing really like Magento 2. Get a nice search engine. A week ago, my sister asked me to take an order for her on a website, and she gave me a list on paper. And I arrive on the website, and okay, there is no search bar. How do I find these products? So Google was my friend, and the SEO of this website was nice, so I got it. You can use any tool. Elasticsearch is the first one, but you have paid tools like Algolia or others. Get a beautiful design. Okay, maybe it's dumb, but no, if you have a very good user experience, your customers will find the products easily, will find the pages they are looking for, will find the information they are looking for with ease, and it is very important. And keep in mind that a good design is okay, it's good on Photoshop, but it has to be good on your web page. So you have to integrate that design on the web application, and this is something not that easy, especially today with a lot of tools and a lot of constraints about all the browsers we have. Have a complete API, because tomorrow you don't know, you will maybe want to build your front end and to change your with another language, or to change your admin panel and develop it on React.js, or to just get an app. So building an API after building the entire shop is complex and takes time. Building it step by step when you are building your shop is much better. And you have some softwares who are already able to give you a full API. So use the correct framework. So Sylius may be one of them. That is what we are getting to know. So I talked a lot, but 5 people know Sylius, so I'm going to give a presentation about it. A story from Poland. So it started in 2010. Paweł decided to help his family by building a shop, and they wanted to sell French cosmetics, actually. Finally, in 2011, so a year later, he decided to rebuild everything on Symfony, a PHP framework. At this time, it was already something totally open source with MIT license, which is great for us and for them. 2013, he decided to put more efforts on it, and this is the start of the platform that as we know it today. A year later, they built the Sylius company because they needed money, because as everybody, they need money to get food. I mean, normal. So it is still a web agency. It's like Magento, the big company, which is now Adobe, was built like that. So it's something which works. 2016, the first beta released, and 2017 in September, when we decided to go and to really take a look at it, was the first 1.0 released. After that, I don't know if you know well about the PHP language, but so 7.3 is the last release of PHP, 7.4 is coming, and Symfony 4 is a framework, and the 4 is the last, the 4th is the last version. So actually today, Sylius is full compatible with these 2 things, which is great because you are always on the top of the technology and you are using every day as a developer, and this is pretty cool. Actually, Sylius is today, I was going to say the second, but it's not, the third e-commerce platform, open source, written in PHP, if I'm right. WooCommerce for WordPress, but you can see the number of stars, that's not so far, so we will soon be the first, I mean the second, but maybe the first. So it should be considered as the real competitor if you want to build an e-commerce platform. Sylius has a lot of features, of course, it's an e-commerce framework, but they have the perfect 3 bundles you can find, and they decided to put them as a standalone versions. So as standalone, you can use them in every Symfony application, and people are talking about it because they are great. The theme bundle is very good, and the fixtures one as well, and translation one as well. Okay, there is